cats and kittens, it's me, hit YouTuber Chili the Cat, back with another banger. Now this is the Chili the Cat Christmas special, as you can tell by my awesome scarf. I figured I'd release it early, you know, get into the holiday cheer or whatever. I'll admit I wasn't the biggest fan of Red 1 going into the movie. In fact, I thought I'd hate it. Let me break down why. Number 1. Advertising. The advertising for this movie is so obnoxious. I can't go anywhere without seeing an ad for this stupid movie. I can't even walk my dog without Spotify spoon-feeding me the fact that Red 1 is the cinematic event of the year. Here's a dramatic reenactment of what the advertising does to me.
Leave me alone!
Number 2. The amount of CGI. There's a polar bear, right? Polar bear marketed as a main character. 8 minutes of screen time. The elves. Oh, they can just have little people, right? Put little hats on them, right? Wrong! They're furless gremlins with big ears and little body. Hey guys, Editor Chili here. After seeing that picture of the elf from Red 1, I was wrong. I lied. I love them. I really like these elves. They're really cute. Krampus! Krampus is here! They can just put a guy in a fursuit, surely. They did put a guy in a fursuit. But now, there are official articles about how sexy Krampus is. He's Krampus. Snowmen. CGI snowmen. CGI backgrounds, characters, villains, and other various stupid stuff. Also, reindeer. Here's a real reindeer. Cool, right? Here are the ones in Red 1. Number 3. Product placement. For a movie to have a budget this large, there has to be a massive amount of sponsors. Here are the expected ones. Oh look, the list is empty. Here are the unexpected product placements. Duracell batteries, PlayStation 5, Nintendo Switch, Monopoly. None of these should be in a movie. There are more, but I wrote this script in a fit of rage, so I couldn't properly remember them. And now, for the plot. For a plot, it's not bad at all. We open on young Jack, who steals the keys to the present closet, tells all his cousins that Santa isn't real, then establishes that he can find anyone and anything. 3 very important things. Well, only one is actually important, more on that later. Anyways, we open on Jack again, 30 years later. He grew up to be Chris Evans. Wowee. Jack starts a fire, steals some information, and gets a payoff from whoever mysteriously wanted that information. How devious. Then we meet Santa, who is real. Then we meet this guy, Cal. Here's where the title of the movie comes in. Cal is Santa's bodyguard, and on the Guard Walkie-Talkie Network, they call Santa Red. The one in the title literally doesn't come into play ever. Moving on, character introductions. Now, Jack has a son born out of wedlock with his ex-whatever, Olivia, who's only there to be a nuisance and call it inopportune times. His son, Dylan, plays guitar in jazz band, and if there's anything I hate more than people named Dylan, it's band kids. More characters. Zoe, who is the director of the North Pole, I guess, and Polar Bear, who has a name I can't recall, and the other ones aren't too important. So, Jack, it turns out he sold the whereabouts of Santa to a guy who was working for someone else, but we don't find that out until later. Someone breaks into the dome around the North Pole, and this is my first confusion moment. Why is she British? She's a shapeshifter, which we don't find out until later, but like, they made her British in one scene, and no others. Why can't her accent just stay American? She's not even changed her appearance. She's just donned a British accent for some reason. Anyways, she kidnaps Santa, and Santa's security team tracks down Jack, who sold out the location of Santa. I skipped all of the action scenes because there are quite a bit. This is where one of the things I said earlier comes into play. Jack was very adamant on the fact that Santa did not exist and he didn't care about being on the naughty list. And he just doesn't really react to the fact that Santa is real. They say, Santa's gone missing, and he goes, oh, okay. You were very adamant that Santa wasn't real when you were like 10 years old, dude. Anyway, Jack agrees to help because he works for money, and they vowed to pay him, and wow, that's the Headless Horseman. Put that on a hear me out cake. I'm in love with him. Jack takes the knowledge of the supernatural well, all things considered. He doesn't even faint. Hell, if I saw that Headless Horseman, I would faint. Tui mama. Anyway, we find the guy that hired Jack. So, broker guy tells Jack and Cal that he was told to get the information by an evil witch. The witch always knows when her name is said, so when Jack accidentally says her name, she sends snowmen. The broker guy gets frozen, and the only way to defeat the snowmen is to take the carrot out of their snowman face. They're also naked. The most disappointing thing about this is that Dwayne Johnson doesn't even make an "I got your nose" joke. That was a pretty good introduction to the main villain, whose name I also cannot remember. It's something like Grenda or Greninja. I literally don't know. She's a shapeshifter and possesses broker guy to introduce herself. Cal says, "OMG, Santa has to be at his brother's place because him and Greninja used to date." And this turns out to be a crazy crossover episode because Krampus is Santa's brother. Logically, it makes sense, I guess. Anyway, they fight and stuff and then leave, and then Jack accidentally says Grenda's name because she always knows when someone is talking about her, and she makes a haunted piano pop up with a snow globe in it. Now, part of Granada's evil plan is that when someone touches her evil snow globes, they go into them and end up on her shelf. Dylan FaceTimes Jack as him and Cal are investigating the mysterious globe when we find out that Dylan was sent one too. Dylan touches it, like a stupid idiot, and then Jack touches his snow globe to go and chase after his kid. And now they're stuck on Gremlin's shelf, and all hope is lost, so Jack says, "Hey, I'm such an absentee father." Not anymore, though. We'll get out and I'm gonna be better. And because they both got a little nicer, the globes break, and they hug it out, and then they find the people that were captured, they fight Gringa's army, and they get Santa's back, but not without a surprise visit from Krampus, who helps defeat Greninja's true form. Then Jack and his son Dylan hitch a ride with Santa for Christmas present delivery, where we find out some interesting Santa lore, leading us to the next tidbit, number 5. The lore. As with any Christmas movie, the filmmakers interpret Santa how they want to, and we learn that Santa is crazy buff, and he works out to meet time requirements for Christmas deliveries. He also sees you when you're sleeping, and knows when you're awake, and double checks his list of billions of people. That is a plot point. No, I'm not joking. He can be small or large at will, which gets him into houses with no chimneys via the air vents, and that's pretty much it for Santa lore. Number 6, motives. Greninja works to punish all of the people on the naughty list. That's her motive, but it turns out that she is also naughty, and Grenda goes bye-bye after touching the globe herself. Krampus and her used to go around punishing naughty people until they broke up, so that's Krampus's motivation too, I guess. It's not a bad movie. It's not good either, though. It's a story about being a kid again, and family togetherness, and how to commit crimes. But it's marketed as a children's movie, bringing me to point 7, the swearing. Red 1 is rated PG-13. Here's why. They say all the S words, including but not limited to, and also parents, if your kid is not middle school aged, do not take them to see this movie. I'd say it's alright for 11-year-olds in public school, because chances are they'd probably be hearing all of that in school too. There's also a surprising amount of nudity, so I'd just be careful. That's it from me, I think. So, merry, very early Christmas, and as always,